Hello, my name is Dr. Jennifer Smith. I'm here today on behalf of Dr. Kuhn and Golden Period. Today, we would like to focus on the following: helping your child cope with the loss of a loved one or family pet. For most people, animals are significant members of a family, and when they die, it's just as important that you allow your child to grieve this significant loss, just like they would grieve the loss of a loved one. When dealing with loss, it will be crucial that you help your child through the process because they may be too young to understand their emotions during these difficult times. For the loss of a loved one, especially if your child is over the age of 2, it will be important that you allow them to be in attendance for the burial ceremony and service. However, before this occasion takes place, talk to your child about what to expect. For example, explain to your child that other people will be crying and that it's okay for them to cry too. To help your child through their feelings, talk to them about their emotions to support their behavior. If the loved one was very close to your child, you will need to protect your child's psychological state of mind by always taking the time to listen to them when they are talking about their feelings and about not being able to see their loved one again. For the loss of a family pet, you will take the same approach and allow your child to talk about their feelings. For a family pet, and to help your child understand where their pet's body will be after death, pay respect for the loss by also conducting a burial service. If your child is at least 4 years of age or older, allow them to say a few words during the service about how they will miss their family pet. Pick out a special stone and flowers for your pet and allow your child to place them on the burial site to show their act of love for an important member of their family. When your child is given a platform to discuss their emotions about loss, whether it's a loved one or a family pet, this creates an outlet for them to release their sadness. One of the hardest discussions with your child when discussing the loss of a loved one or family pet is to help them understand that death is permanent. This is important to do so your child will fully understand that their pet or family member will not be returning and they will never get the opportunity to see them again. The most important thing that you should do is allow your child to talk as much as possible about their feelings. Talking about how they are feeling, how sad the experience is for them, and how much they will miss the loved one or family pet emotionally, behaviorally, and psychologically prepares your child for the reality of life and living. They will learn at an early age that all things that have life, both loved ones and family pets, will someday leave this earth. And it's okay to feel sad when their bodies are no longer with them. Whether it's the loss of a family pet or the loss of a loved one, it will be crucial that you include your child in everything that is going on with the services because their involvement and inclusion will help their hearts heal from the terrible loss that they've experienced. When children are not included in the events of a burial ceremony or the grieving process, it creates a level of instability for their emotions to explode. They will not understand what is actually occurring, and they will not understand the reality of why their hearts may be on an emotional and behavioral roller coaster. As difficult as it may be for adults to accept the loss of a family member, it will be just as difficult for your child, especially if they are not allowed to be a part of the burial events. When your child receives honest information about loss, whether it's a family member or a pet, their hearts are able to heal better, and psychologically, it's simply best for their well-being. Give your child a platform to say their goodbyes to the loved ones that they love most in their life by always being honest and upfront about everything that is occurring throughout the process of death. Nurture them with lots of love and hugs through each tear and each level of sadness until they emotionally bounce back to a state of happiness. Even after the burial service of a loved one or a family pet, it's a good idea to allow your child to visit the burial site or grave to help them further understand the permanency of death. Even with these gravesite visits after the burial services, explain to your child that it's still perfectly okay if they are still feeling sad, but make all attempts to brighten up the experience by encouraging your child to place flowers on the gravesite and to say a few words about how they are feeling during these special visits. As your child is talking and grieving their way through this experience and process, the more you encourage them to talk about their emotions, it will also help to eliminate any behavior problems which may have occurred due to the result of losing a loved one or a family pet. Finally, to guide your child through the process of grief, be a role model for them. Not only will your child be grieving, but you will also be grieving as an adult. It's okay to let your child see your tears, your sadness, and your grief over the loss of a family pet or loved one. When your child realizes that you are also experiencing the same emotions as they are, they will understand that sadness is a normal process of losing someone they love dearly.